Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the show. It's Wednesday, August 6th, 6:23 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:23 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll officially get started in 7 minutes between now and then, and I'm going to say hello to my friends, do an audio-visual check, and take a few chart requests. No problem, Hunter. TMC. Congratulations on Gurn. Not looking good. Monthly higher low, more likely. Weekly lost the support. Daily downtrend. Earnings in a week and a half. 4 hour not oversold. So this is a metals name, and gold had a bull move yesterday. It started last Friday, and TMC is not participating in it. That's a red flag. Next support below 518 is $5 psychological. Not looking great. MSTR. On MSTR, we're looking for a weekly higher low compared to 358.80. Earnings are out of the way. We have double daily inside bars with a gap overhead, 397.08. On a bounce, bears will be looking for a daily lower high. So what a bull wants to see is bounce up enough, make room for a daily higher low, and then get that trend change. It will likely need Bitcoin bounce in order to do it. Bitcoin is in a 12-hour downtrend, and Bitcoin likely needs to bounce to help MSTR. 4-hour equilibrium right now in MSTR. Circle. Good morning, Kaya, Hunter, Monkey, Magda, Jeremy, Lock Doctor, Al, Anthony, Srini, Adi. I use the simple 50 and 200 moving average, the 12 and 26 EMA, TTM squeeze. There is a video on our YouTube channel that how to set up your chart like Dan and Lori. So it goes over charting me and Dan's chart setup and my setup if you're interested. Circle is in a death drop. It's not in black dirt breakdown, but we have a gap down here, 134.72. When I see those big gaps, I like to set an alert that gap gets, if it gets filled. Earnings August 12th, daily downtrend, weekly downtrend. 4 hour is oversold, but we're not looking for a weekly higher low. We're looking for a monthly higher low, so we need daily to get oversold to begin scouting that. So right now, circle looks very, very weak. 4 hour 12 EMA is your bear guide. Bounces are for shorting until bulls prove otherwise. We'll get started here in just a few minutes. TDOC. TDOC rejected from the daily 50 MA, weekly 50 MA, weekly downtrend, monthly downtrend, daily downtrend. 4 hour 12 EMA is your bear guide. Bears have full control of this chart. Well, hello, Jeremy. Tesla, I'll be going over Tesla, so I'll save that one. I really like where Tesla is right now, and I'll go over the setup. GEV. Yeah, we have a course sell setup that's ending. If you want to take advantage of that, the link is in chat. Daily equilibrium on GEV. 4 hour higher low possible compared to 632.46. Gapping down, that's not a good look. This gap down could be for buying as long as we hold 632.46. Thank you, Rav, for sharing the chart template. Kaya, I think that's Rav. He shared my chart template. It's right there. Thank you, Rav. All right. I got time for another. BMNR, I like it. It's a Queen of the Mountain trade. We have this 4-hour equilibrium and squeeze. We still have gaps down here. We have a gap at 457. Not all gaps have to be filled. We are at the daily 50 MA, getting daily lower lows without a ton of follow through. Has some falling wedge behavior. 4-hour equilibrium for now. 33.87 is the resistance from yesterday's high. Support after hours, 32.03 and 30.67. Bulls need to prove something. These pop and drops are not impressive. They need a sustained bull move. That's the word for BMNR and what bulls are looking for. Hi, Martin from Denmark. Hey, Wayne, Jungle Cat. AMD, yeah, AMD is down on earnings. Hey, Casey, Raymond. AMD earnings, we're down at 164, so we're losing daily support. Potential 4-hour bear flag on AMD. AMD had a great run into earnings. From last earnings to yesterday, we had an 88% run. So this is what you would anticipate with an earnings reaction. They would have to beat in an extreme way and guide up in order to justify an 88% price increase since the last earnings. And so you see consolidation. I would say down 5.6% is not the end of the world. But I would say bounces are for shorting until bulls prove otherwise. Y'all ready to get started? Let's get this show on the road. First, I want to mention that we have a trading course sell that will be ending soon. You can look at the categories. We have the entry and exits. That's my favorite trading course if you want to check that out. The link is pinned in chat. I appreciate it. Looking at the market economic calendar, we have oil inventory and 10-year note auction today. And this is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on X, that would be great, at Chart Gal Lori. What I do here on Wednesdays for the public is I do a 25-minute show total. I look at this market environment dossier table. This is a table that I generate just looking at overall market trends, 4-hour trends, and these relative weightings are arbitrary based on my experience, and overall we're looking more bullish than bearish. Let's go take a look at the charts. My favorite thing in the whole wide world. Don't tell my kids. So on ES, we have a daily lower low. We do not have a confirmed trend change to the bears yet on the daily. We have bounced enough. Let's look at this on the 12-hour. On the 12-hour, we have higher high, lower low, lower high, and we have enough room for a 12-hour higher low. On the 4-hour, you can see that we have this equilibrium. Yesterday felt choppy. This is why we had this very big range, and now we're tightening up inside that range. So now bulls want to hold 63.13. I will be going over Apple. MP Rare Earth looks great. Reporting tomorrow. Thanks for that. So we are tightening up on ES. On the daily, we're in between the 12 and 26 EMA. SPY is opening up slightly green at the moment. In Q, we have the same pattern. 4-hour lower high set, 4-hour higher low, 2304.550. Now, can we get a higher low compared to that 45.50 and then get a bull break? On the weekly, this chart is fine. Absolutely fine. Bear breaks without follow through make us zoom out and say, is there a bull flag on a higher time frame? Possibly. So 4-hour equilibrium. RTY is a little bit stronger. However, we're looking for a daily lower high. IWM was gapping up earlier. I don't think it is anymore. We're going green to red. We're rejecting at the daily 12 EMA, and this is one of my Queen of the Mountain trades. I did this trade 2 weeks ago, very similar, where we were looking for a lower high. We had a gap up. We're no longer gapping up. I wish it was gapping up because we're looking for that daily lower high, and then yesterday's high becomes your level. So if you're taking a short off this level, yesterday's high, 221.26, becomes your stop. So I like a Russell short at open using yesterday's high as your stop. We're looking for a daily lower high on the Russell. The Russell bounced from the daily 50 and 200 MA. That's a good look. Dow bounced from the daily 50 and 200 MA. 4-hour got a slight higher high, not impressive yet. Unable to get followed through. Holding up pretty well here in pre-market though. Semis are heavier than the other tech sectors. We're closer to yesterday's low than other names, and that's due to AMD earnings reaction. AMD is down 5.25%, and that's weighing on semis. Semis got a daily lower low. The question is this a bearish diamond reversal pattern? Or will bulls step up and defend this? It's a 4-hour equilibrium, and we're really close to yesterday's low. I'm going to set alert for something close to yesterday's low. Semis have been really important. Semis were to continue to weaken, that could help bears break NASDAQ down on that 4-hour time frame. VIX has a 4-hour equilibrium. We're tightening up here. Currently red. We're on the daily 50 MA, rejected at the daily 200 MA. Hang Seng was green overnight. DAX is currently green. Bitcoin is green. We have this 12-hour lower high set. Now, can bulls get a 12-hour higher low and change the trend is the question. Bulls are looking for a weekly higher low on Bitcoin. 4-hour is really sideways. And we can watch Bitcoin for potential clues for the market. Hourly 50 MA is firmly overhead on Bitcoin. Ethereum is red. 12-hour has plenty of room for a higher low on Ethereum. What bulls want to see on Ethereum is for this to be a potential weekly cup and handle. Excuse the terrible drawing, but you get the gist. Looking for a weekly higher low. 4-hour is weaker on Ethereum than Bitcoin. Dollar, big move the last couple of weeks. We're right in the middle of that move, looking for a daily higher low. 4-hour got a lower low. On a bounce, bears will be looking for an hourly lower high on the dollar. Gold is consolidating after the big move from Friday. We're looking for a daily lower high. We're inside yesterday's range. 4-hour could be forming a little head and shoulders, so be cautious here on gold. Oil is holding that $65 range very well on the daily. On a bounce, bears will be looking for a daily lower high. We have oil inventory today at 10:30 Eastern. 4-hour has made enough room for a higher low. And what bulls want to see here is a potential inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour on oil. Nat gas still weak, 4-hour downtrend. Thanks, Success. I appreciate that. Hey, Shake and Bake. All right, I'll check palladium for you. Palladium, Monthly rejected at the 200 MA. Weekly, we're looking for a higher low. Daily, we're approaching the 50 MA. We are in a daily, we lost daily support. 4 hour is oversold, looking for a weekly higher low. So palladium's getting interesting here for a potential long. A more cautious bull would wait for at least a 5-minute uptrend before bottom fishing this 4 hour oversold condition. Apple, there you go, Apple. You can do it. Double daily inside bars on Apple. Apple is attempting a gap up to break this 205.34. Bulls want to see it get over 207.54 to make room for a daily higher low. Apple's been thrown out with the trash. It has been weaker than most of the other tech names. 4 hour is breaking bull here. This is an interesting development. Apple has an hourly squeeze. We're over the 50 MA. So gap rules apply. As long as Apple holds 205.34 on a pullback, that is a long signal. Amazon, I was looking at this morning. It has somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders. I think it looks a little bit clearer on the 2 hour. Yeah, you can see it on the 2 hour. But on the daily, bears will be looking for a lower high on a bounce. You have the daily 50 MA right here, daily inside bar yesterday. On a bounce, bears will be looking for a daily lower high. We're pulling back on earnings, but we're still looking for a weekly higher low. 4 hour got oversold. Let's see if that marks that weekly higher low. A bounce would be nice, but bears will be looking for a daily lower high on Amazon. Nvidia is weak this morning, getting weighed down by AMD. We have this potential 4 hour diamond bearish reversal pattern. We shorted this yesterday live and got a good winner out of it. A 4 hour higher low is the more likely scenario here. 175.90 is the key support for Nvidia bulls to fend off the bears and not get dragged down on this AMD weakness. BMNR, good morning, Tess. BMNR, we'll see if this is indeed a daily falling wedge. We're at the daily 250 MA. We have a 4 hour squeeze tightening range. So bulls need to get over $34 and have a sustained bull move. Hood on the weekly looks great. This is a potential weekly bull flag. We have earnings out of the way. Daily got a lower low without follow through. That makes us zoom out and look for that bull flag on a higher time frame. 4 hour, we have a squeeze. Hourly, we have a squeeze getting really tight. Resistance 105.69, support 103.22. I like hood long if the market and Bitcoin could get a bounce going. I like IWM short, looking for a daily lower high, using yesterday's high as the stop on the top fish setup. Oracle, we have a potential 4 hour cup and handle here, not super clear, but overall this is a bullish chart. All-time high, we just got it last Thursday. And we have a little squeeze here. Let's see if bulls can hold the close of yesterday, 255.67 as support for another leg up. Oracle looks good. Tesla, we have this weekly equilibrium on Tesla. Higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high. Looking for the higher low. Tesla's getting tight. Weekly squeeze. Daily squeeze. 4 hour has just started a squeeze. Hourly squeeze. And look at this equilibrium. Tesla's a good one today. We're right below 50 RSI. That typically leads to a bearish move. We will see this. I think you can play this tightening range in either direction on Tesla. I will be watching Tesla at market open. All right, those are all the names I'm watching. Reddit's looking good. Big pop on earnings. We are not at all-time highs. Got an upper wick of profit taking yesterday. 4 hour, we're looking for a higher low. As long as it stays above 186.65, consolidation is healthy. Beautiful move on Reddit. I wouldn't be chasing it long up here. RSI is overbought. It is news related because it's an earnings reaction. We're not at all-time highs. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable going to pick on the biggest bull and what has been the biggest bull in the room the last week. Yep, that looks like trash. Pretty ugly. Bounces are for shorting on VRTX until bulls prove otherwise. DNN. This is uranium name, right? It has earnings on Thursday per trading view. Daily higher low is set. Has plenty of room for a 4 hour higher low and a pullback, attempting a small gap up. Be careful, resistance is right here at 229. I don't like the size of this pullback. And then bounce. I'd feel more comfortable being a bear against 228. Earnings tomorrow makes it a little bit sketchy. All right, I think Baba was trying a gap up earlier. Yep, small gap up. We're looking for a weekly higher low on Baba. Daily's getting lower lows without a ton of follow through. Gap rules apply as long as bulls hold 118.65 as support. That could be a long signal. That is a long signal. Baba bulls are trying here. Don't forget about our course sell. Check it out. It's pinned in chat. Look at our trading courses and TCG members. I'll see you in just a few minutes. I'm going to go boot up live and we'll walk through live and hopefully get a live trade on Tesla. All right, y'all, use stop losses.